Heidi ho there, friends and neighbors. Bobby here today. Friends, today we are going to be making some wood slices, okay? I don't know if you've ever heard of this or seen this before, but it's become a relatively popular thing. And we are going to show you how we cut up these right here with a chainsaw. And we are going to prepare these. We're going to sand them. We're going to take a torch and kind of burn one side of it to kind of highlight the grain a little bit. As you can see, we actually done a little bit of that on this one. And then we are going to put a sealer of boiled linseed oil on here, and that will be our finish on this. And folks, these are actually become very popular. People use these as table decorations. And Mint Hill Tina's daughter is getting married here real soon, and she wanted to use these to decorate the tables at the reception. So that's why we're working on these today, friends. So if you'll stay tuned and follow along, we're going to take you from start to finish on how to create some of these. Okay, friends, first thing, we're out here by the wood pile where we had some of our lumber at, and I had this old log laying here and I made a jig out of it so I could cut these pieces, okay? What I did is I cut me a nice little notch in the end of this board, and then I could lay my pieces up here like so, and then take a motorcycle strap to just go ahead and hold these in place while I cut them, okay? Just like so. And I just pull them nice and tight, just like that, to where it's firmly mounted to something solid there. And we'll go ahead and fire up the chainsaw and we'll cut a couple wedges off of this. And I'll bring the camera down here. Right here we have a very unique limb here that was cut off right close to the tree. And you see how it's kind of fat right here and goes down to something kind of small. So we're going to see if we can square up this end here, and then we might actually cut a wedge, and it'll be a very unique looking one. Sometimes it's kind of fun to do the ones that where maybe two limbs grow out together. We'll show you some of them out by the table that we're gonna prepare here in a little bit as well. So let me get this chainsaw fired up and we'll cut a few wedges off of here. Make this a little bit thicker so we can take advantage of that tapering down effect. So that'll be a very interesting looking one here that we'll use. Now the rest of them we'll try to cut them just maybe like an inch thick or so. Okay folks, back out here at the table here in the driveway, we're going to go ahead and start sanding with our orbital sander. And we have some 60 grit paper on here today. And what we're going to do, we're not going to try to take all the saw marks out of here. We're just going to try to smooth things up the best we can to where there's no splinters or anything that's going to fall, catch anybody's finger or what have you. So let's just get started. Friends, hey, that look just about does it. What we did, we sanded both sides, but then as we're sanding, you know, you can kind of easily pick the side that you want to be the upside. And it's going to be this side on this piece here. So now what we're going to do is just on this side, we're going to take a little bit finer paper. We got some 150 here, okay? We're going to take our 60 grit off temporarily. put on a piece of 150, and we're just going to kind of smooth this side just a little bit more. Okay folks, we're going to take this little propane torch here. Let me fire the sucker up. There we go. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to burn this piece a little bit, being very careful. It's kind of windy out here. Actually, we probably should do this inside the shop. But what we're going to try to do is go in the movement or in the direction of this grain. I'll show you what I mean. And we're going to kind of get it warm, and we're going to highlight. And you'll see that there'll be the rings of in the grain will actually start to darken up. It'll actually add some contrast to this piece of wood. As you can see, as I'm doing this, you can see the contrast sort of coming about. Now keep it moving so you don't end up making a big burn spot just in one spot. But if you do, never fear, you can just take your sander and just re-sand it again, okay? So right now, as you can see, we're just kind of highlighting that grain just a little bit where you can see it a little bit better. I think this is a very unique looking piece here. As you can see, that's starting to darken up right there as we're doing this, okay? Okay, since our sanding's done now, we're going to just take some compressed air, kind of blow the sawdust off of the project here, especially on the side where the bark is. Because we're going to leave this kind of rough, just like it is. You know, we want to leave it all natural. Any loose pieces or whatever, you know, you can go ahead and peel that back. So we basically just want the sawdust off of this. We're going to blow both sides off there, and then we're going to just take some of these lint-free rags. And what we have in this container here is our boiled linseed oil, okay? And so we're just going to see if we can get some of it squirt out on here. Look at there. Now watch this. This is where it'll just turn beautiful, okay? You see how that, hang on just one moment. Get that on? Mm-hmm. Okay, just wanted to cut that compressor off so we wouldn't have to hear that run. But as you can see here, this linseed oil here really kind of brings a darkness to the wood, okay? And linseed oil is actually kind of like the oil. Don't think you're just putting oil on something and it's going to be oily, okay? Because actually linseed oil will dry. If you think about oil painting, okay? I don't know if you've ever seen any oil paintings or what have you, but the type of oil that is in paint is linseed oil, and typically it takes a long time for it to dry, although I have done handles like for axes and stuff with this, and it doesn't really take too terribly long to dry, you know, a day or two. But this will leave you a protective finish on here. Now this will not be suitable for eating off of. There are some people that will use some finishes on theirs that actually maybe where you can actually like have food on it, but I don't think I would recommend this. This is just one way of we're just going to be using them for table decorations. You know, this might be sitting on a table and there might be a candle or something sitting on top of it, might be in the center of a table. And so I'm going to continue putting this coat of linseed oil on here, and we'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Okay friends, there we go. We have one coat of linseed oil on the whole piece of wood here. Now you can notice the difference between this is what's going to be the bottom, okay, and this is going to be the top, and you can see that the rings of the grain kind of stand out a little bit more since we've done that burning treatment on there. But if you don't like that, if you like the way this looks here better, maybe, you know, don't worry about doing that step. And we've got a coat here on the sides as well, just one good coat here. And from this point here, we'll let these dry real good. We're gonna get all these fixed here today and get them to this stage. And then we will let them dry. And maybe tomorrow, we will actually just recoat the upper surface. We'll put maybe 2 or 3 coats of linseed oil just on the top one. We won't worry about the bottom side, you know, because it's always gonna be down. And we'll, you know, make a pick on each one of these as which one we want up, which one we want down. And we may put a couple more coats on the upper one. Okay, friends, hey, here we are on day number 2. It could be day number 3, I'm not real sure right now. But anyway, we are on the final day, and that's the most important thing. We have all these pieces actually cut, sanded, and coated 2 to 3 times with linseed oil, okay? And I'm gonna go ahead and demonstrate one more time for you. I'm gonna put one more coat on the top of this big log here that will be used as a cake stand. So bring the camera just a little bit closer. Friends, I have my boiled linseed oil inside this little oil can here. I have a 2-inch brush. This makes it a lot easier for the application purposes. And you can take your brush and just kind of move it around a little bit. Squirt a little bit more on there if you need to. And all we're looking is a good, healthy coat of the linseed oil. Now, there's no need for me to go and recoat everything again. I think we're good. I just wanted to demonstrate on this one more time. So, move it out, even it out on there, let it sit for, you know, 10, 15 minutes or whatever. Allow it to soak in. And then you come back with just a lint-free rag, wiping off any excess, okay? And guys, it's just that easy. You put on as many coats as you feel like you want to on your wooden slices. I think we're good to go here. These things really turned out beautiful. They will be on tables at a reception here later this week, and they will be used as table decorations. Friends, thank you for stopping by today and checking out our video on making these wood slices. Hopefully, if you decide to do some yourself, they will turn out lovely, and you will have fun doing it as well. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you next time. Take care.